Hi guys, it's Abu Pasha here again. This video is going to be a total change of topic. Normally I talk about finances and investments and buying properties and stuff, but this one is all about the physical side of our bodies. Now, do bear in mind that if we're going into business, if we are working, if we're earning money, if we're doing well in terms of finances, the one thing that you need to have is a good body. You need good health, good body. It all works together. So that's why I'm going to be covering health and fitness in this video. So let's talk first about the importance of being fit, having a good, strong, healthy body. Why can't we just be fat? Number one, if you are obese or overweight, that will reduce your lifespan. You are more likely to have diseases like cancer, diabetes, heart disease, stroke, stuff like that. And if you catch any of these diseases and indeed die from them, then your lifespan will be shorter. So generally speaking, if you have a fit body and you're relatively lean, you are more likely to live. Of course, there's no guarantee that you'll live longer, but you're more likely to have a longer lifespan. If you are obese or overweight, then it reduces your quality of life. If you are fit and strong, then you can leave your house, you can run down to a shop, buy some items and carry heavy bags back to your home. I have a friend who's a lot younger than me, and he cannot carry shopping bags from a shop back home. Even just walking 15 minutes, he can't walk 15 minutes. He needs to take a car or a cab to do that. So this is why it's so important to have a healthy, fit body, because it allows you to live your life in a better way. If you're in good shape, then at any age, you'll have more energy to do things. For example, you'll have more energy when you wake up in the morning. You'll be able to get ready for work, you'll be able to go to work, you'll be able to run for the bus, you'll be able to run to the train station. If you've got kids, you'll be able to run after them. All these things, in a day-to-day life, being fit, being healthy, it makes a massive, massive difference. More energy will allow you to partake in your profession. So as an example, with me, there are three things that I do. Number one, I have a 9-to-5 job. Number two, I also deal with properties. I buy properties, I invest, etc., etc. Number three, I'm also making YouTube videos. So basically, I'm always busy. My fitness level gives me the energy to allow me to do these three things. If I was unfit, overweight, obese, whatever, then chances are my energy levels would be low, and there'd be every chance that I would not be able to do all the activities that I do currently. The other thing to remember now is that in years gone by, like if you go back 20 or 30 years, what you would have is these successful businessmen. They would be fat, they would be bald, they'd be pretty much very ugly as well. These days it's changed. If you look at people like, there's a young guy called Christian Guzman. He makes gym clothes, right? He's a very young guy, very fit. If you look at the owner of Gymshark, who I think he sold the company now, but if you look at him, that's Ben Francis. Again, you'll look and he looks very, very fit, very slim. He's not the fat dude that maybe 30 years ago you'd expect. If you look at Jeff Bezos, now Jeff Bezos was actually this typical unfit looking guy, but he wasn't obese or anything, but he just didn't look fit. Now it's all changed. And we all know Jeff Bezos, one of the richest men in the world, probably the richest man in the world. He owns Amazon. Another guy is Tony Robbins. I think Tony Robbins is in his 60s. And he's always preaching that exercise is very important. There's also Grant Cardone, who's also big in property. Again, that dude is heavily into exercise as well. So things are now changing. whereby if you want to be successful in business, generally speaking, you are expected to be in good shape. Whenever you look at businessmen in 2022, notice how they value fitness. They understand that fitness is very important, so you cannot neglect fitness. What is the point of being really unhealthy, really fat, riddled with diseases, but you're rich and you're going to be dead in the next few years? Okay, there's no point in that. So this is why it's so important. Make sure that you stay healthy, make sure that you're fit. Another reason is that if you are in good shape and you have, let's say if you're a man, you have six-pack abs, for example, you're very lean, it will give you a lot of self-confidence, it will raise your self-esteem. So when you're just simply walking down the street, you'll just feel a lot more confident in yourself. When I wake up, for example, and I'm getting changed and I see my body, I like what I see, and it just makes me feel good. Conversely, if you're really fat, let's say you're an obese guy, you're getting changed or you're coming out of the shower and you can't even see your private parts. That's not a good feeling. In the gym, I routinely see a lot of guys who are really, really fat, and they just don't look happy with themselves. Then, of course, we have the opposite sex, right? If you're a man and you like women and you're single, then chances are you want to be attractive to the members of the opposite sex. Same goes for women as well. Women want to be attractive to members of the opposite sex if that's the way they swing. Slim people tend to be more attractive than overweight or obese people, and this holds true for men and women. So if you want to improve your aesthetics, the easiest way to do that is lose body fat and increase your fitness level. So here we have some examples. We first got this lady here. She's dropped her weight by cutting out sugar. On the left hand side, that's her old self. I'd probably rate her about a 3 or a 4 there. She's quite overweight. And on the right hand side, she's lost the weight, and in my opinion, she's probably about a 7, maybe even an 8 on a good day. She's not wearing any makeup in either of those. She hasn't done up her hair, so they're good comparisons. And here we have Ethan Suplee. He's an actor, and he was in Remember the Titans, and that's where the left-hand picture was taken. It's very clear that he's morbidly obese in there. Doesn't look particularly great. I don't think women would find him particularly attractive there. I'd probably rate him 1 out of 10 on the left-hand side. And then we have him as he is now on the right-hand side. He's lost weight, he's hit the gym. It looks a lot better, and I would rate him probably 6 out of 10. So you can see the effects that losing weight has, and also getting fitter has, and it's almost a dead certainty that you will improve your aesthetics. So all in all, these are all multiple reasons why you want to stay fit and healthy. There are just too many reasons, and I can't see any negatives. If you are embarking on a fitness journey, then the first thing you want to do, I guess, is really check your BMI. You want to see where you are. Just how fat are you? How unfit are you? So you weigh yourself. Number 2, take your height. And then you can go to an online BMI calculator. I'll put a link in the description of this video to a decent BMI calculator, and you can calculate your BMI. The BMI calculator will then tell you whether you're normal weight, underweight, overweight, obese, or morbidly obese. So that will give you a very good indicator as to where you are. If you're not into fitness, then your fitness level will be low, but at least with the BMI, it's a good start to see where exactly you are, how you rank. Then we move on to the actual fitness. To work on your fitness and your health, there are 2 things really that you want to look at: your training regime, your lifestyle, and also your diet. Okay, so they all work together. The first thing that we want to touch on is aesthetics. Aesthetics are how you look. When I train these days, I do it mostly for aesthetics, but of course I am very, very fit as well. There is always a spillover. So if you train purely for performance, it will have an aesthetic effect. And similarly, if you're training for aesthetics, then it will have a fitness and performance effect. Most people, depending on their age, will have a big fat belly, which is going to be out here. And if you've got that, then the first thing you've got to do is don't start weight training. Start hitting the cardio, and that will actually reduce your belly. If you do enough cardio and also watch your diet, then that belly may just go down and you may be quite happy with where you are. You may even not even bother doing any weight training. Cardio is so important because it exercises your heart, and your heart is the most important muscle in your body because that's what's going to give you longevity. That's going to give you the long lifespan. If that's what you want. If you want to live till old age, then cardio is an absolute must. Don't go over the top with it, but you must do it regularly. As an example, you could do it maybe 4 or 5 times a week, even just 30 minutes, 4 or 5 times a week. You could do running, cycling, you can go to the gym and you can use one of their cardio machines, rowing, the elliptical trainer. There's a whole bunch of machines that gyms have these days. So as long as you do, say, 4 or 5 days a week, 30-minute sessions, you are good. And eventually your body weight will reduce, especially if you look at your diet. So doing all that, what I've just explained, that will actually improve your aesthetics. It will give you a nice stomach. It probably won't give you a crisp six-pack, but it will give you a nice stomach, a nice physique. When you wear clothes, your clothes will look good on you because you'll be slim. Now, some of you are very, very thin, and especially the youngsters, young guys, 17, 18, 19, 20. And some of the older guys are also very, very thin. A lot of people don't want to look like that. A lot of people don't just want to be like a matchstick man or even like a super thin woman. You want to have a bit of shape to you. Resistance training, where you push weights, where you work on machines and you work against the resistance. These machines are fantastic. There are loads of videos available for as far as weight training is concerned. I'm not going to go into details, but you can just do a search on YouTube. If you type in weight training for beginners, something should come up. But in a nutshell, if you do want to get bigger, just physically larger, if you're very, very thin, then you just stick to the compound lifts. So these are squat, you want deadlift, bench press or a variation of the bench press. You can do dips, the overhead press, and pull-ups. Pull-ups, very, very important. A lot of guys want big arms. Bench press and pull-ups will do that for you. Absolutely, 100%. You want big arms, pull-ups, bench press. But again, if you really want to get into nitty-gritty, then YouTube has so many channels devoted to fitness. Just type in weight training for beginners and you'll get lots and lots of different advice for that. In order, again, to be aesthetic and also healthy now, this is very important, your diet has to be on point. If you think that you are going to look fantastic by eating junk food, pizzas, burgers, fries, fried food, sweets, chocolates, if you think that you are going to be able to just binge on that, go to the gym and just look fantastic, it is very rare for that to happen. Generally speaking, you are going to have to get your diet in order as well. To reduce body fat and make the belly go down and have that six-pack if that's what you want, or a flat stomach, you've got to have these. Fruit, lots of vegetables. Fruit and vegetables are just, that's the standard. You should always be having that. A lot of people don't like vegetables. They hate vegetables, and I get that. So what you've got to do is you've got to find a recipe that works for you. And that is not easy. I have a recipe that works for me. Basically what I do is I grind up vegetables, I mince them, I put them in a blender, and I mince the vegetables. It's like a lot of people have minced meat, but I'm vegan, so I will have minced vegetables. I put them in the microwave, I heat them up, and then when they come out, I add beans to them. I'll add some chili sauce, I'll add some pepper, I'll add some canned tomatoes to that mix, and I'll mix it all up and put it back in the microwave for another 2-3 minutes, and then when it comes out, it's ready to eat. And I can eat that with hummus, tastes fantastic, or I could even have it with tortilla or roti or chapati or anything like that. You can even add some rice to it if you want to, but that stuff is great. Oats, I have oats with soy milk, so I will put oats, soy milk and water. I'll mix it all up and then I'll put it in a microwave for a certain amount of time. For me it's 4 minutes. I'll take them out, I'll let them cool, and then I'll put them back in the microwave again for another 3 minutes, and that's it, they're ready. And to that I'll add frozen fruit, and I will eat that. I'll eat as much as I want of oats. Oats are fantastic. So remember this: fruit, vegetables, and if you want to, you could have oats. The other thing that affects your fitness level and your aesthetics is lifestyle. So if your lifestyle is good, you don't drink, you don't smoke, you get good sleep. Sleep is very, very important. Basically, what you're trying to do is you're trying to treat your body with respect. You're treating your body like a temple, and if you do that, it will look good. If you make sure your diet is good, make sure your training is good, make sure you're getting good sleep, making sure that you're not abusing your body with any drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, then trust me, your body will look good. No question about it. And that's all, folks, for this video. I actually did plan to have one long video, but it was getting a bit too long, so I'm going to split it up in 2 parts. Part 2 will be out soon, and if you don't want to miss out on that, then make sure that you subscribe and click the notification bell so that you can see the second part to this. See you soon.